So this is about averages, and averages are also sometimes called measures of location. And it's when we can summarize all of our information or our data by giving a single number to describe the center of it, basically. And there are three types of average that we can use. They're the mode, median, and the mean. Let's start with the mode. Now the mode can be used for both numerical and non-numerical data. And the mode is simply the most common value, or the value that occurs most often. You can have one mode, two modes. If you start to get any more than two modes, then it's really not a useful average to find. It's not very informative, it doesn't give you any information. So you need to have just one number that occurs much more than the others to be able to use the mode. The second average that we use is called the median, and the median is the middle value. And it's the middle value when you write all of your numbers in order. So if you were to write your numbers in, we normally say ascending order from smallest to biggest, but it doesn't matter if you're finding the middle. If you write them in order and count in to find the middle, then that will be the median. And there are a couple of ways of finding which number will be the median, and the most popular one is to say n plus 1 divided by 2, where n is how many values you have. So for example, if there was 10 numbers in a line, you do 10 add 1 is 11, divided by 2 is 5.5. So your median is in between the 5th and the 6th value on your list. The median can only be used for numerical data. Obviously you can't order it if it's not numerical. And it's normally used when you have any extreme values, so any outliers or any anomalies in your information, a very large or a very small number, because they don't affect your middle number. So that outlier or the extreme values won't affect the median. So you can use the median if you've got those outliers. So the mean is the last average, and that's the one you all know where you add them all together and divide by how many numbers there were. So when we do this in proper mathematical terms, we say if we have all of the numbers and we call them x1, x2, up to xn, or our list of numbers that we want to find the mean for, then we say that the mean, or x bar as it's called, is the sum, sigma, that means sum, of all the x numbers divided by, and how many numbers did we have? Well, how many numbers we've got is obviously this n here, isn't it? So it's that divided by n. In terms of the notation for mean, we normally use this x bar when we're talking about a sample of data. So for example, if I wanted to find out the average heights of students in Oakham School, I'd pick a small sample of that, and maybe pick 20 students at random, and then work out their mean and use that to assume what the whole population of the school would be. If I worked out the mean by adding up every single person in the whole school and dividing by n, that would be a population mean, and the symbol for that is mu. So they're both the symbols for mean, both mean the same thing. Now the mean is used for numerical data as well, but when you find the mean, you use every single number in your list, so all the numbers in your data are used. So it gives a really good measure of the data, but if you've got any extreme values, because they're included in this, that's going to affect your mean. It may skew it slightly, affect or change your mean.